Hey guys, it is Tanya. I am coming back to show you the journal that we are going to make in this video. This video is a collaboration video with Francesca at Junk Journal Joy, and I am so excited about it. We were supposed to pick something from each other's YouTube or Instagram that sparked our interest, and y'all, it was super hard for me to do that because everything that she does sparks interest, you know, and brings joy, and you know, so it's like it was kind of hard, but I narrowed it down to a gratitude journal, and I thought that was the best idea ever. Definitely link the video down below so you guys can definitely see what I'm talking about. I used paper because y'all, I have so many paper packs. It's just ridiculous. When I say packs, I mean I have the chipboard pieces, the stickers, the washi tapes. So I decided, you know what, instead of doing that, let's just use the whole thing. Let's try to use the whole thing. So that's what I did, okay? And I tried to use up some of my fabrics. So everything that I have in this journal is basically from my stash. I did not buy anything. It was already in my house. So, you know, it's kind of using up what you got. So this is what we are going to make. And I love the Waterfall journal. So yeah, okay, so if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my prototype, and that is this one, right? This one is with cardstock, right there, and this one is a chipboard cover. This one is a soft cover. They both use simple stories. I think this one is Cotton Fields, and this one is simply Ancestry or something like that. But yeah, so I do a flip through of this one later on so you guys can see it. But it is a real simple journal, and I'm going to do a complete flip through at the end, but so you guys can see it. This is what it looks like really quick. And it has a lot of space to add photos and to do your gratitude, right? So I didn't realize that, you know, I know people make mini albums and I love them, but I just never thought to put all the pattern paper into my you know, journal. You know, I always, you know, felt like you had to put coffee dyed paper and different things, but why not just use your pattern paper? That's why you buy it, right? So that's what I did. So this is pretty much all the collection, and then we have this really pretty pocket in the back, and it closes with a magnet. So I hope you guys liked the video, and yeah, see you later. Hey guys, so I'm going to show you the prototype that And so how I did it was, I always do, when I'm doing this type of journal, I always do the pages first. A lot easier, trust me. Okay, so what I did was I took the page, and we are using, I'm sorry, I didn't even show you what we were using. Okay, hold on just a second. I'll get it. We are using another Simple Stories paper collection. This is the collection kit, Simple Vintage Ancestry, and it has 95 pieces. And so it really has like the chipboard pieces, the stickers. I got the washi tape with it. So in the ephemera pack, so it's a lot of stuff in here that we can use for this journal. Okay, so that is my intention. I am just using my stash. Okay, so how I did it was I took the piece that I wanted to be in the back, okay, and I didn't cut it down or anything. I am just using it the 12 by 12 as it is, okay. And so all I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold just like that. So we're going to make a good fold, right? So essentially this is the front and this is the back. All right, so all I'm going to do is fold. So now I'm going to take the next piece that I want and I'm going to fold that in here. See, just like that. So all you're doing is cascading your paper by folding. That is it. So I am using hold on, let me get that right. Okay, so you guys can see. Okay, so that's pretty much all I'm doing. And we're going to probably put 10 pages in here. I think that's how many I counted. So I when I did pick the paper, I wanted I always did light dark, or pattern. You know, I try not to have the same pattern like cascading in the front. You see what I'm saying? So this is this one. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So essentially we have 4 pages already in our journal. Okay, so we're going to take this other one because I wanted to, and we're just going to slide it in there like that, right? Slide it in, and we're going to just fold. See? And that is it. So, and you just make sure they're all even and right. Okay, so then you take the other one. And this is the blue one, so I'm going to fold it and I'm going to just slide it in. See? That's so easy, right? It's like literally that easy. Okay, and then I'm going to take the next one, and I've already pre-folded mine, but you know, if you don't already have a pre-fold, which you probably won't, so all you're doing is once you do that, you just take your pattern paper and you slide it up to that crease right here, right there, and you're just literally gonna fold it so that you can see it, you know, so you can see a little bit. So I leave about 1/8 of an inch out. Okay, so that's what I have done for all of these. Okay, so this is all my papers that I have already folded, right? So this is what my journal looks like. Now you can take out pages and cut pages or however you want to do it. So with this one, what I probably do is I'm going to go in like I did this one. Hold on. And make a half page. So I made my half page. So this is 1, 2, 3. The 4th page is a half page, and all I did was cut that part off. So that is what we're going to do. So on the 4th page, we're going to make it a half page. So this would be 1, 2, 3. This would be my half. This would be my half page, wouldn't it? Well, I have more. I'm going to do my half page right here, I think. Right here. I'm going to do my half page right here. So when I go in, I'm going to cut it. So let me mark this and just put half. Okay? So I know. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, now that we have everything together, you know, all our pages that we want, and if it's too chunky for you, take some of the pages out. You know, it doesn't have to, you know, have this many pages in there or anything like that. So take some of the pages out if it's too chunky for you. So I'm just going to cut it down. So this is this is why I say do your pages first, you know, so you can actually see what size you want it, you know, and you can kind of get a visual, what am I trying to say? A visual of what you want. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I am going to cut, let's do 8 3/4. Okay, so I am going to cut that 8 3/4. So that is where my cut line is, just like that, right? And so when I cut my pages, this is how I'm just going to cut it, like that. And so that'd be 8. Yep. Okay, so it's going to be 8 3/4 by 8 3/4. That's it. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut my pages. Okay guys, I just realized this is supposed to be a beginner tutorial. So what I did was I just took my ruler and I'm using my cutting mat as a guide, and I am literally just taking my what is this knife. I have a, you know, this knife that you get at the Dollar Tree, and I am literally just taking my time and swiping through there, you know, so that it will come off, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull off all the ones that I have cut through already. Save all these because these are going to come in handy. And we're going to go and we're going to cut this some more. Okay. And if it doesn't, if it's not as straight as you want it to be, you know, you can always, you know, go in and trim it up with the paper trimmer, you know. So this is what we have so far. You know, this is what it looks like, making sure all my pages are even like I want them to be. If they're not, you know. Okay, so this one I might just, you know, there we go. And that's it. That is essentially your book right there. Okay, so we're going to save all of these because literally on some of them all I did was fold them, and you know, on that what is that envelope, the envelopes that sit out, I did like this. That is all I did. Okay, so it's quite a bit of sewing in here, but you don't have to sew if you don't want to, and that's the good thing about it. Okay, so we're going to make the cover. Okay, Francesca, what she did was she used a soft cover. I am kind of nervous about this because I don't know if it's going to work. But when I get a paper collection, usually I try to find fabric that matches. I don't know. That's just me. That's just my thing. I know maybe I'm a little weird, but that is me. So I'm going to show you the fabric that I have. Okay, so I have these, right? And I really love this one, right? I think it's so pretty, and I think it goes really well. It has all the colors. Everything is really pretty. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the same method that we did for the textile journal, and hopefully it is linked somewhere up here or you can see it on the screen. And what I'm going to do is I am going to use a file folder. So this one will be a soft cover, and I think it's gonna work. So what I'm doing, I'm going to take my file folder and I am going to take my journal just like that, right? And I'm just leaving, guys, I'm not even leaving an 1/8 of an inch right there. It's really tiny. I don't know if you can see that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over like that. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, so that's what we got, right? Okay, so before I finish, what I'm going to do is, I know this is going to be my back cover, right? So I am going to cut this piece out. Okay, guys, so I cut it out, right? This is how it is. This is how it's going to be, right? And then so what we're going to do is we're going to take a pen or a pencil, and you're going to just like that, okay? Because you don't want it to be, yeah, I don't know. I like my pages to be a little bit butted up against it, but you definitely don't have to do that. You can make a little bit right there if you want to. Okay, that. And so we're going to cut this out, okay? Really, really quickly. Okay. Okay, so we have our back cover. So now I'm going to do these in separate steps, the spine and all this stuff. So this is fit. Let me see. No, it's too short. Okay, so we will use pieces of this. Okay, so this is our back cover like this. And then we are going to take this. So our front cover, we are going to cover up this first page, okay, with the front cover. All right. So we're going to take that. We're going to mark it right here. Right. And then we are going to mark right here where that first page hits. Okay. So we have 2 marks on our file folder. And the reason why I'm doing them separate is because I wanted to do this certain look, you know, in my mind. I have this certain look that I'm going for. So we'll see if that works out. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have this piece and this piece. So we have our front and our back cover, right? So this little piece we are going to use for a spine, and I'm trying to figure out what was the spine size on this. Oh, it was 1 inch. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we'll make this one because I think this one is a little bit bulkier. We're going to make it like maybe 1 inch and 3/4. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so we already know that is the same length, right? So we're just going to cut it down to where it's 1 inch and 3/4, and that is it. Guys, so I have my front cover, which is right here. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Let's write it with chalk. Okay, front. Oh my gosh, you still can't see it. F for front, and then B for back, and then S for spine. Okay, so this is it. So essentially it's going to look like that, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to take, for the spine, the reason why I did it like this is because I wanted to have that that tuft, is that stuffed, or I don't know what the word is, but you guys will see. I want it to look manufactured. I guess that's the word I'm trying to say. So okay, so what we're going to do is with the spine, we're going to take a piece of cardstock right next to me. So we'll just use the brown. It's not a big deal, right? Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to lay the spine piece right there, and we're going to leave maybe an inch, an inch and 1/4. That's what we're going to do. Okay, right there. Okay, and then we're going to do that like that. So that is our spine, and then we're going to measure the same on this side, and we're going to mark right here. Okay, so this part right here is what we're going to cut. So it's going to be like this. Okay, so let's take our cutting board, and we're going to slice this right here. Okay, and we're going to slice this piece right here. Okay, perfect. All right, then we're going to take our scoreboard, if I can find it. Okay, our scoreboard, and we're going to take, and we're going to score this line like this, and score this line. If you don't have a scoreboard, you can always just use your ruler and a bone folder and do it like that. Okay, so essentially we're going to fold it like this, and we're going to fold it like that. Right, so that is what you're going to have. Okay, so we are going to take this right like this, and we are going to glue that to that. Okay guys, so we have our pieces, and I already covered this one with my batting. So this is the front, right? And so I'm going to cover this with my batting as well, and once I do that, I am going to cover this part with fabric. And so this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you really quick. Okay, so this is my spine piece, right? So I'm going to cover, I'm going to put, what is that? Batting. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to put batting on this, and then I am going to cover it with my fabric like this, and I am going to, when I do that, I'm going to use my glue, my beacon glue, and I am going to do it like that. And what I want to do, this is my, hold on, this is not the right fabric. This is the right fabric that I'm using for the spine, and I'm going to use this for the front and back cover. So we have those two. Hold on, let me see if you can, okay. We got these two. Okay, so, and this is what it looks like up close, so it really does match. And then this right like that. All right, okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to cover this, and once I cover it, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to show you like this. Okay, and I'm going to do it just like that. I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to fold everything over to match it, everything. Okay, and I'm going to do that with the front, the spine and the back cover. Now with the front cover, since I want a cutout right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to flip it over. Put your batting on first, is a lot easier. Okay, I'm going to take it and I'm going to flip it over, and I am just like, I use my ruler for the other one, so I am just going to take this like this, and I am going to use my ruler as the template for where I want my my window, right? And I'm just gonna do it to the 6, right? And it is a lot easier to do a rectangle or a square shape when you are like gonna do fabric. A lot easier, and when you're gonna do paper as well. So we are going to use the ruler, and now we have the shape that I want, right? And we are just going to take the ruler with the craft knife, and we are going to cut it out. Okay, like this, right? I'm going to make sure our batting is okay. So that is our front cover. And so when you go in, what you're going to do is you're just going to cut like an X. That's what you're going to do. You're going to cut an X for that. And when you cut the X, you're going to just start stuffing. But so, you know, when you use your fabric glue, you know that. Hopefully you guys do. To not have like splotches in your material, you just want to smear it a little bit like that, so you don't have any glumps, you know, in your material. So you're just going to lay it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over so I can see exactly how much room I have on either side. So I'm going to do it like this, right? Guys, so like, you know, I made my spine at what did I make it, 1 inch and 3/4. So I end up folding it because I just felt like that was way too big. I end up folding it to 1 inch and maybe 1/8. So that is what I did. Hold on, I don't know if you can see. Okay. So I end up folding it. So all I did was, I didn't take it off because I already glued it on, but all I did was just folded it over. And you can do that since it's cardstock. Oh, and this is what the spine looks like. So I just took my straight stitch and sewed it right here. And then I took my, what is that? Zigzag stitch and sewed it right there. So I'm attaching the back right now. And I'm going to attach it. Hold on, make sure I got the right. Okay, so I'm just going to attach it right like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew some zigzags in the back cover. And I think I'm going to sew this type of pattern on the front as well. I just think it looks pretty. But I used scrapbook.com double-sided adhesive for the to attach my covers because it's glue and it's fabric. And Fabri-Tac or Beacon or whatever Beacon brand glue you use, when you attach it, I found, you know, when you attach your spine, sometimes it is show that like glue look, and I don't want that. I want it to be like a clean look right there. So that is what I did. So that's all we're gonna do, right? And I'm gonna just fold it over like that. And then, so now that I have that right there, I'm going to take it up like that, and then I'm going to make sure I got it right. Is that right? So that is the right part, and I just fold it because it makes it a lot easier to know where you are going to attach it. And we're just gonna put it up there like that. Make sure it's even up. Make sure I got this right real quick. Make sure, yeah, that's the right. It's the right way. Make sure I got it. Okay, there we go. That's how it looks, right? And that is your cover and your spine and your back cover. And doesn't that look really nice, right? So this is how it's gonna go, right? And it has enough. So what I'm thinking about doing is adding something in the back, but you know, we will get to that. But I think it's going to look really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my, so you can see that right here. I'm going to put some glue right here, but it's going to be sewed down anyway. I'm going to sew on this anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my zigzag stitch all around like that. And I'm going to zigzag all around. Then I'm going to take my straight stitch and just make some fun lines in the front and in the back. And that's it. And I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Guys, so this is what we have. Doesn't that look pretty? Right? I love it, right? So, I think it turned out so good. I wasn't expecting it to turn out this good. I really wasn't. But anyway, okay. So we have our pages, and I think they match really good together. What do you guys think? I think it looks really good, right? So, on my other one, I poked holes into, I just did a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I think that's what I'm going to do as well on this. And so what I'm going to do is, guys, you know what? Hold on, let me find the middle. Oh, there you go. That's the middle. So I'm going to clamp this off, right? And no, I am not going to stitch it inside just yet. So, but I know that I'm going to want it, you know, stitch in there. And I think that's is going to give us a good amount of space. I'm thinking, do I want to do another? No, I'm just going to put it on the back cover so it'll have more room. So we're going to put it pretty much down in the middle like this. Yeah, so you'll have that much room. And on the back, I think I'm going to do another one of Francesca's tutorials where she made like an envelope with fabric pocket on like gussets on the side, and I think that would be really cool on the back to keep like the ephemera in there. So that's what we're going to do. But before we get started with that, what we have to do is so I did paper in the inside of my other one. I don't necessarily know if I want to do paper. Paper kind of makes it stiff, you know, so like I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. See how stiff it is? And this paper, with it being so thick, it kind of, what is that? What is the word I want to use. It cracks, that's why. So that's why I have the tape reinforcing it and stuff like that. I want you to be able to lay it down flat. So we are going to use fabric. So we're going to put fabric right here, and we are going to let me move that out the way. We're going to put a piece of fabric right here. We're going to look and see which pages we want out of the paper collection onto our back cover and our front cover. I kind of want this page. No, I don't. Because I just seen that it was this is my last page. I was like, no, I don't want that one. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Yeah, I like this one. Well, you know what? Since I'm gonna make an envelope. Wait a second, guys. I know. We're gonna do a plain one. Let's do a plain one. Let's do the. No, I don't want to do that one. It kind of reminds me of something in a baby diaper. Clocks. I want to do the clocks. That might clash with the other pattern that I want to use. You know what? We'll just go with this one. We'll just go with the plaid, right? So we're going to cover this right here, and we're going to use a piece of that for right there, and we are going to get acetate, and we're going to put right here in the middle. But before I do that, since I already sewed on this part, I am going to sew my cover, you know what I'm saying, on the outside, so you don't have another stitch. So that is what I'm going to do. So when I fold it over, you guys know how I do it, and I'm just going to mark the lines with my pencil like this and like this, right? And so I'm going to cut that out, and then I'm going to do the other part right here the same way. Hey guys, so hold on, got a lot of pieces right here. This is my back page for the back, and you see how I didn't put it up against that crease like that? Can you see that? Probably not. Hold on. I put it a little bit away from the crease. Just like that. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. And then for the front, I think I'm going to put this right here. Yeah. I'm going to put this one right here. I like the colors. Or do I want to put this one? I think I'm going to put the butter. I think I'm going to put this one like that. I like the way that looks, you know? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, y'all know me, I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to trace, so I'm going to just, or not trace, I'm just going to butt it up to the edge, and we're just going to do it like this. And once we do it like that, then we're going to put it right here, and we are going to be able to cut it. So I'm going to cut it. Okay, once I cut it, so what I'm going to do is, I thought I had a piece of acetate laying around. Okay, so I'm going to put my acetate right here. And then I am going to put this on the back. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay my acetate, I'm going to glue my acetate down with double-sided adhesive, because, you know, when you use like the glue, it gets all stringy, and you know how acetate is, it's a mess. So we're going to use the double-sided adhesive tape, and we're going to go around like that. And then I am going to cut this out. I'm going to sew on this part, so you won't see these, the outer part of the sewing, but you will see the inner part of the sewing. Am I saying that right? I don't know. You'll see the right side of the sewing. I think I'm saying that right. Okay, on this one, and I'm going to sew around this one. Okay, I'm not going to glue these two down yet until I cut my piece of fabric. So the fabric that I'm going to use, I am going to use a piece of this fabric. I'm going to go to my ironing board, and I am going to iron it flat. And then once I iron it flat, I believe what I'm going to do is I am going to glue it down. Yes, and I will come back and show you exactly what I did before, you know, so you can watch it through, so you'll know exactly what I did. But that is what I'm going to do. Okay? Okay guys, so I have clamped my pages, and this is what it looks like. Everything is all in there. This is the back. Okay, so I think it turned out really nice. And when you put them in there, look how pretty that looks, y'all. Doesn't that look so pretty? So what we're going to do is we are going to go in and we are going to poke some holes. I am going to do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch because, I don't know, because that's the easiest one, you know, and it would be secure, and so you don't have to do, so 5-hole pamphlet stitch. We're going to do a 3. So if you are new to this, you can make literally a guide and take it and measure this and just measure evenly. Here, you know what, I will show you because okay, so let's say if this was my spine and it was the length of this. So what I would do is I would fold it in half like this, right? And that will give you your center mark, right? It would give you like the halfway point. So you would put it right here. And then you would just take your ruler and then you would measure how far you want. So like we'll measure it 3 inches. So 3 inches right there, and then we'll put 3 inches right there. Okay? And see, this would be your guide. Can you see that? This will be your guide. Let me close that down a little bit. There you go. Okay, so this would be your guide. So you would have a hole right here and a hole right here. So you would literally just take your, then you would take it and you would fold it like this. Okay, like that. You fold it in half. Oh, so where it can get that, let me, okay, so then you would literally just punch a hole down that line, right, like that. So just, you would punch one right here and one right here, right? So that would be your guide. So you would mark this top and bottom, because when you do that, so you have a beef and right here. So when you do that, all your signatures are facing the same way. You know, so you could make this guide for one with, if you have 2 signatures, 3 signatures. So all you're doing is like taking a piece of paper, measuring the pages. Then the easiest way I found to mark the center is fold it in half and then fold it like this. And you have your center line, right? And so I already poked the holes, right? So what you would do is you would put it in the middle just like that, and you would poke your holes like this. Now you can use a book, a big heavy like phone book or something like that to poke the holes through. I usually use a book when I do more than one. Like if I have like 3 signatures, I'll set them all in there and just poke the holes in there like that. So I think we could use this one, but I'm not going to use it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm just going to guess, guys, because that's what I do. I'm going to poke a hole right through there. So if you hold the pages like this and you put the owl in there, it'll go through a lot easier. So I know my hole is right here, and I know I want it to be pretty in the middle. So there we go. And then I have 1, 2, and then I'm going to go down here for 3, and I am poking on that, see, I'm poking on the spine actually. So here's one of my holes, the other one, and there's the other one. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take this, I am going to fold it like this, right, and I am going to put that in the middle. See that? Just like that. All right, and I know that's the middle. So what I'm going to do is I am going to lay this flat. I am going to make sure all my pages are up like that. Let's see. Okay, and I am going to take this as my guide marker like this, where I poke the holes on the spine of the pages like that, and I am just going to use that to poke the holes into my signature. Okay, so I'm going to make sure they're all straight and I can see them really good like that, right? So I don't know if you can see that. That is where my holes are, Yeah, 1, 2, and 3 right up there. Okay, so I'm going to use my crocodile. The best ones to put your eyelid on, like, so I punched the 3/16 of an inch hole. So I put this one, because if you know, if in the corner they have letters and numbers. So I put this one right here on A, and I put this one right here on 3. And that way my eyelids, when I put them in, they won't be so spread on the other side. So you just flip that up, and I know you guys probably already know this, but just letting you know. Okay. That, and then we're going to do this one. All right, so I'm going to show you. See, they don't look all spread out and stuff like that. And I like that look better. So that is the cover, the pages, and they should all match up. Yep, they match up perfectly. So you're just going to put that, yep. Okay. All right. So that is that. And now we're just going to go in and decorate. I am not going to sew those in yet. I'm not going to do it until I actually sew on my pages. Until I actually decide what I want on my pages, so I actually put all the pockets in there, all that. I sew last. I do everything with my pages before I sew it into this part. Sometimes I don't, but in this case, I am going to do that. Now, I am going to try to follow pretty much what I did in this one. So, the first things first. We're going to be using a lot of the scraps, so that's why I told you guys to save it. And they are some pretty big pieces, and that's cool. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go in and we are going to make a pocket and keep this blank, and we're going to sew. Make another pocket right here, right, and keep that blank, and then we'll just make a little flip, right. I used a die to cut this out, and all I did was I folded a piece of paper over, cut it, and I used the die and then stuck the acetate in between there, and that's it. And I use it as a flip, so this page is blank. And then to hide where it flips, I just made this into a pocket. So those are the things that we're going to do right now. So I always keep my cover for my journals. When I make a journal, I always keep the cover really close so I can, I don't know why. I guess it just shows me, gives me some inspiration. Okay guys, this is what it looks like in the cover, and it looks really pretty, right? So this is what the original looks like. Okay, so of course I'm going to add ruffles and stuff like that onto the sides, but what I want to do, let you guys know before, because I'm just going to decorate and then I'll come back and I'll show you. So you know, I'm at the point where I need to put this pocket right here, and literally all I did was fold over, punched a hole, and held it on with some washi, right? And so this is just a piece of paper that's sewed on, that is made into a little flap. And then right here we have a belly band. So right in the center I will put a belly band right in the center of the other one. Okay, I'm just kind of showing you guys what I plan to do, so when I come back you guys will know what I did. Okay, so I am going to put some acetate pockets. So all I did was put the acetate down and sew down the middle. Okay, and in this journal it is a lot of blank pages, so you can journal. Just a pocket, and then 2 acetate pockets right there, and then this is a little flip out again, and I think that's pretty much it, and another little flip out, right? And that's it, and we have the back pocket. So when I get to the back pocket I will come back, because I'm going to do a little bit different back pocket inspired by Francesca. Okay guys, so we are done, but before I do that, I was calling these stickers flickers, but they're not, and I'm so sorry. I know people were like, that's not what they're called. They are called thickers, guys. The stickers. Okay, so hopefully I can edit all those times that I said the wrong thing out, but we'll see. I might not be able to, but anyway, so this is what we have, right? And I think it turned out really pretty so far. So we open it up, and I didn't put a pocket right here yet, so I will do that. And then we have a pocket, flip with a photo slide up there. Okay, and remember this is a pretty plain journal. So then we got this and this, because it's supposed to be a gratitude journal, so you're supposed to have places to put your pictures and stuff. So this and I just put best day on here, and I'm probably going to change that B because I don't like how that has a crease in it. I know you probably can't see it, but you might be able to. And then this is the floating pocket, and I just added a frame right here and the word awesome. And this is another little pocket where you can put, well, somewhere to put photos right there. And then I'll add a clip right here onto the side, and then this one goes like this. And I had to add a few extra, well, I already had extra pages, so I just tried my best to add something on them. So this one is just a blank page because I love the family tree in the middle, and then I wanted to leave a lot of blank pages for, you know, writing and stuff like that. So here's the one with the belly band, and then this is another, this is one with the acetate pockets, and this is a pocket on this side, and then we have 2 acetate pockets down there, just another blank page, and then this one is blank as well, and so is this one, right? So it is a lot of blank space in here. And then there's a deep pocket right there, and then you're at the back. So we are going to sew these in really quick, and I am going to use embroidery floss. I'm going to use black. I have a whole bunch of different colors, but I think black is going to look the best. So we're going to take our, and y'all, sewing signatures in is just, how do I put it? It gives me anxiety all the time. Okay, so you put your needle right here through the middle one first, and if you wanted the tie on the outside, you would do the outside middle one first, okay? And then make sure there's nothing getting caught, because my stuff gets caught all the time. And so we're going to go through here like this, right? And it's up to you if you want to you know, go up or down, but I'm going to go down. That's what I usually do, is go down. And then we are going to hold it like this and just find the hole and put it through there like that. Let's bring it. See you see that? Yeah, it happens to me all the time, guys. It happens all the time. It gets caught on stuff, and I think that's why I just get so frustrated, because I always get caught. And then if you don't position the needle just right, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't go through there, and then you're just like, oh. But anyway, okay, so that's that, right? And that is that, right? Okay. And then bring that down. Got all these strings. Okay, so we're gonna go up to the top one, and I know a lot of you already know how to do this, but just in case you don't, and go through the top one like that, and go back through there. This one, see? And pull. And you want to make sure right at this point you pull kind of tight, okay? So I'm going to tighten it up at this point. So we're going to tighten it up, right? Use that string to tighten, okay? And then we are going to go back through here and take that, I don't know if you can see that, take that needle right back through that middle hole, and try not to separate the fabric. You see how I did that? Try not to do that. Okay, and sew into your other piece of fabric. Okay, and I'm gonna hopefully get it right. Okay, all right, so you see how that hole is, you see how, I don't know, see how that needle is right there. So what I want to do is I want to bring it up first like this, okay? Then I want to take it under, just like that. So one of mine can be on this side and one of my strings can be on this side, okay? And so what we're going to do at this point, I'm sorry, we are going to tighten everything up. Just pull on those strings. Don't pull too hard, because sometimes they do snap, and that is very frustrating if they snap. Trust me, I've been there. So then we're just going to cut that like this. Make sure that all your pages are level and your cover is level, and you know, everything is level and right before you tighten it up. And then you're just going to go pull it, and you're just going to make a knot. I make several knots in mine. Okay, and then what I'm going to go do too is I'm going to make some more tape, and I'm going to put it down this spine, and then you can always add beads to this as well. So that's why I leave it, just in case I decide to add beads. So that is what it looks like, right? Okay, so we are done with the journal. Essentially, it is finished. It is done, except for, you know, you might want to go back in and tidy up some pieces, add some washi, just different things, you know, just add what, you know, embellish a little bit more. I probably will find something right here and add a pocket right there. So with that being said, and since we're done, what I wanted to do was, Francesca did like an envelope, but she used a fabric for it. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to make one of those back here. So this is the ribbon that I'm going to use to close it with, but this is what it looks like, okay? And it is slightly bigger than the other one, but that's totally okay. Hold on, let me zoom you out just a little bit. Uh-oh. Okay, so when you open it up, you have a pocket, and then you have another pocket, and you have a flip up, right? And remember, this journal is literally for documenting a month worth of gratitude. So that is what we have here. And so this is a butterfly charm, right? And this just opens like this. And I try to make it as close to the original or to my prototype as possible, but we know that I don't ever hardly make things exactly the same. So, but it's okay. What I do love about it is that all this room and all the pattern paper we were able to use. I think that that's really cool. I never thought to use like all of my pattern paper, but I'm glad that I did. It is, I don't know, it's a new take on things, I guess. I always just use parts of it and then use the coffee dyed paper and stuff like that, but it's kind of cool just to make a journal with the pattern paper. So this is the last pocket, and it is pretty deep, as you can see, and it just has some bits from the paper, and it is magnetized, and that is it. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check out Junk Journal Joy, Francesca's channel, because she has some amazing things on there. I mean, she's so cool. So yeah, God bless. Bye guys.